How's it going, my brothers and sisters of the internet? It's good to see you guys again, as it always is. So, today, I'm in the comfort of my bedroom, laying in my bed, being totally lazy, and I guess this is just to emphasize rest, how important it is to rest. The way that I see rest is essentially like an investment to the mind, the body, the spirit. Oh, speaking of mind, body, and spirit, if you guys are returning to the channel, it's good to see you guys again. And if you guys are new to the channel, then hello, my name's Ian, and I help you evolve your mind, body, and spirit. So, basically, I just wanted to talk about how important it is to rest. And this is popping up in my life, and I feel like there's many people out there that can also resonate to this. Sometimes we get caught up in our own ways. Sometimes we get caught up in our routines and our deadlines and our schedules that we need to meet. But the reality is that we're only human. We're not robots. There's times where we need to take a break. There's times where we just need to hang out, chill out, do nothing. And as I was saying in the beginning of this video, it's really important that you rest. It's really important to make sure that you take the time to recover, to relax, to decompress, because resting and relaxation is an investment to the body, the mind, the soul. And people will just say, oh, I don't need to rest. I don't need to do any of that. There are some freaks out there, bro, that don't have to rest. But to be honest, it takes a toll on their body. It takes a toll on their nervous system. It takes a toll on their adrenal glands. And I'm not even gonna lie, it really does. It affects your whole body. If you don't sleep well, your liver is affected. Everything's affected. And I say this about a lot of things, but to be honest with you, I am a health nut. I am a health nut, and I also understand that sleeping is very good for your productivity. And you know what's also good for your productivity? Doing nothing. Doing nothing at all, ironically, is very good for your productivity. If you were to stare at a wall for 5 minutes and not think about anything, it would actually help you. It would actually help you a lot. I saw this practice, a similar practice to this one, in the book called The Power of Now. I didn't see it. I technically read about it. But anyways, I read about this practice in the book called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And I think a lot of people know about this book now because I believe it's a #1 bestseller or New York Times or something like that. And basically what it was just saying was, you stare at the wall. You look at the wall. You look from left to right, up, down, left to right. The goal is to make sure that every time you look left to right, up or down, you're not thinking any thoughts. Intrusive thoughts don't pop up. What you'll realize is that in the beginning of this practice, you'll notice that intrusive thoughts do pop up. And it is harder to actually look from left to right without thinking about anything, which is pretty crazy. But that just goes to show how overstimulated we are as a species, as humans, modern day humans. So, I don't know what to say about that. I think I could talk about that another time, overstimulation, and I could talk about that another time. But it's important that we rest. It's important that we relax. It's important that we take our time to do things that we actually enjoy, that's not having to be related to work or passion projects. We're still multi-dimensional beings. We still need to do other things we still need to do other things that differ from the typical routine and practices and habits. We got to keep it interesting. And I'm not saying don't be disciplined. I'm not saying any of that stuff. It's good to have discipline, That was actually beat into me when I was doing martial arts. I used to do Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. So I'd say I know a decent amount about discipline, but at the same time, I also know a decent amount about not being disciplined. What's the word for it again? Man, I don't even remember. Speaking of rest and recovery, I learned a lot about that from martial arts. It taught me a lot. It taught me that if you didn't rest and if you didn't recover, like if you weren't resting and recovering properly, then you can get injured. Like you will get hurt. You know, it was almost like a do or die type of thing. And maybe I could have died in those practices. Luckily, no one's going hard and no one was actually trying to kill me. But everything was like a simulation. It was all practice. And technically, if I was in a real fight, if I was in a real bout, or if I was in an amateur bout, man, yeah, I could have seriously got hurt. And even in practice, I've already been injured. So it just goes to show that the times that you take an off or your rest days, like if you don't take your rest days seriously, if you don't actually do the right practices for rest, then, you know, you could actually end up paying for it in some way, energetically, physically, whatever other practices that you do that are for your daily routine, those things could also be affected, you know? So I just look at things like, oh, everything is connected, things trickle down the line, and yeah, this is my message, guys. Make sure to do something that's not related to work, that you truly enjoy, but does not overexert your energy and actually helps you increase your energy, helps you bring back your energy, and so that you could be ready for that next day, that next task, whatever's coming up for tomorrow or next week, you're ready because you're refreshed. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, comment down below telling me where you're from because I always love hearing from you guys. And until next time, much love, peace out.